Hello, YouTube. It's Lion here with Hobbies of a Man once again, and today we are talking about a book. This is more specifically, I would say, kind of a novella or a novelette. It's between, it was 38 pages long according to the author, based on this real pages, like real page number. So I would say this is probably between 10,000 and 15,000 words, maybe getting to 20,000, but I'm not sure. So I would call this a novella. And yeah, so the title is Offworld. It's a bleak fable. That's like the series name. And the author is Charles Burchard. I don't know how to say his name. Hopefully one of those two was right. And if it's not, hopefully he'll let me know so I can say it right next time. The genres here, according to him, are coming of age, and it features elements of horror. I would also call it sci-fi, maybe even dystopian, with a bit of that grungy cyberpunk feel, according to what he told me his kind of inspirations or what kind of feel he was going for with his setting. So hopefully that's kind of accurate. So there's no adaptation. I think he published it by himself on Amazon. So I guess the publisher is Amazon. And yeah, so the premise here, according to the author, because he contacted me through email, sent me his book. He was like, hey man, I would like your channel. I want you to review this if you're interested. And I was definitely interested in what he was writing. So here we are. So according to him, the premise of this book is essentially a long encounter between a young man and one of his contemporaries that he hasn't seen in 10 years because he has been in cryostasis. So the other guy is 30 and he's only 20-ish. And it goes from there and it becomes this kind of thing that I don't want to spoil. But yeah, so I'm going to evaluate this the same way I do everything else. I'm going to talk about the plot, the characters, and the world building. There's no art. This is a very Western style book. It's not, light novel or anything inspired. It's just Western novel. No art, no anything else like that. So I'll just talk about plot, character, and world building. I'll let you know if I recommend it and similar titles which I can kind of come up with. And yeah, so the plot line here, it's good. It's slow but methodically builds up. It's like, I don't know, it feels like old school science fiction where it's like there's a general thing that you have to discover and everything around it is taking you to that conclusion or to that step or to that reveal, and it like slowly gets there. I thought it was really good. It's very interesting. It kind of feels psychological, dramatic, this encounter that the two men are having. One of them is put off at the beginning because he's not sure. He's just out of cryo. And he's kind of lost because cryostasis apparently really messes you up when you're trying to get out of it. And so he's in this like weak position and the other one is in a strong position, both because he's now older and because he has more life experience, but because he's been alive normally for this whole time. So it's kind of interesting how that kind of works. I really enjoyed it. It was, like I said, psychological, a bit dramatic, and it had a good amount of emotion behind it. I really enjoyed reading this. It had good ups and good downs. There was never a moment I felt bored, and this is because it's short, so there's really no time to have any lulls in the action. Well, I call it action, but it wasn't really an action-oriented story. This was all mental stuff. It was very, like, I don't know, discovery-based, I could call it. So the characters here are also interesting. There's like 5 characters, but 2 of them only function as a point of reference to get to the story. So they're like plot points. The other 3 are what I would consider important characters. So we have Jasper, who's the main character. He was in cryo sleep. He wakes up very weak, physically, mentally, not prepared for what comes. Philip, he's the second character. He is a grown man now. He has a lot more life experience and his mentality has changed from what he was originally as a 20-year-old when our main character went into cryostasis. The third one is called Evan Path, which is kind of interesting. I don't know if his name was supposed to be like on a on the nose kind of joke, like Even Path, like he's a balanced character according to the kind of ups and downs of this world or something. But he seemed kind of interesting. He wasn't really a driving point of the plot, or wasn't really that important, but he kind of is the thing that sets up everything else. So I consider him an important character because of that. And yeah, they were kind of creepy. They were off, a little weird. Everything was really well done. I really enjoyed everything about this story and these characters. It definitely feels like there's more to it. Like we're gonna go on a further journey. And this actually feels more like the prologue and first chapter of a whole book than it really does its own story. That's not to say that it doesn't have a beginning, middle, and end. It just means that this beginning, middle, and end really lead to a larger set of beginning, middle, and end, I guess. At least in my opinion. I don't know how the author is structuring it. He told me he is working on other things related to this, if I remember correctly. So I assume that there's a second book, but I think if he wanted to continue this as its own like long story, he really could. It would really work out well, I think. So yeah, the world building is good. It's meaningful, but there's no huge wasted space. There's no unnecessary fluff. This is really just what you need. And really, the biggest piece of world building was also like the turning point in the story. The thing that was like, oh my God, what the heck? That's crazy. It was kind of like the big reveal, and I really liked it. I thought it was very, very interesting. So yeah, I definitely recommend this title. I think you guys should check it out. Please support the author. He's doing really good work with this, and I'm really excited to see what else he comes up with. I really appreciate that he sent me this book and let me review it. I think that was super cool of him, and hopefully you guys check it out and like it as well. If you do, please let me know. Leave him a review on Amazon and on Goodreads as well. And yeah, similar titles. I think he mentioned Blade Runner and Alien as inspirations. He also mentioned Frankenstein. And yeah, I guess those would kind of work. Obviously, this is a very fun story. Much better than I was really anticipating. And I was really happy that he reached out to me. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope you guys enjoy the book. And if you do, like I said, like, subscribe, comment, and leave a review for the author as well. Thank you guys very much for watching, and see you guys later.